Alright guys, it is time for a life update and I am currently on my way to Quebec City. We're about to hop on our Vitae New Eras tour, which is a 4-week pop-up tour where we are going to drive a branded van and drive from Quebec City all the way to Toronto. It's been a long time coming. I have been dreaming about this project for a year and a half, but it just didn't feel right. And this time it felt right. Worked on it for over half a year and I'm really excited to see everything come together. So far things haven't really come together yet because our van is delayed, the wrap is a little bit delayed, so I have to go back to Quebec City on Wednesday to pick up the van and redo this 8-hour drive, but that's what life is about. So let's get to it with a life update. Last few years, I would say it's pretty tough mentally, just battling with how the business is doing. Ever since COVID, our business has not been doing well. The revenue dropped, the world's economy is not doing as well, so people just don't have enough money to spend. And I just battled really hard internally, mentally, and I had severe back pain for 2 years now, and I think stress doesn't help, so it just amplifies it. Finally got to a point where I just needed a change. You know, sometimes when you feel like you're rock bottom, you just want to do anything to get out of it. So that was kind of the stage that I was in, I think in the last few months. So earlier this year, kind of around New Year, I got out of my 3-year relationship, a relationship that was really deep, and it was probably the most growth that I've done in a period of my life. I think personally, it really helped me grow as a person. It really helped me face my family traumas, my childhood traumas, because the relationship was so rocky and hard that it brought up a lot of trauma, I guess. Ultimately, I decided to leave that relationship. It was mutual because I didn't feel like I could be truly, fully Celine and who I am and be loved for it. And it got to a point where I just kind of had this realization that I needed to be on my own, spread my wings, and see my dreams realize. I'm on that dream right now. We're going on this tour, and that is part of my dream. So we kick-started 2024 with a 10-day pop-up in Montreal for Vitae, my company. The 10 days was crazy. I spent every single day at the pop-up. I got to reconnect with the community, and just being able to chat with them and feel the energy just re-sparked something in me. The 10 days that I was there was so tiring because you're there for 10-12 hours a day, but it was the most alive that I felt in a very long time. After the pop-up tour, I went back to my hometown, Guangzhou, China. I haven't been back in China in 4.5 years because of COVID. Before COVID, I would go back at least once a year to see my family, to visit our manufacturers. After that, I just got busy with work, pop-up, and all that. And being back in China after 4.5 years felt interesting. I don't know if you've ever been in a location, a city, where you kind of feel like it's home, but it's not fully home, and that's how it felt like to me. I was born in China. I went to school there for 9 years. It felt very familiar to me because of the culture, the language, the food. I love the food. But just something didn't feel the same anymore. Being there with my family was also a lot. Yeah, it brings up a lot of memories, and I also spent 3 weeks visiting Canton Fair, which I absolutely loved. And in the middle, my friends from Canada came to visit Canton Fair as well. So we spent a few days together. So that was a really nice break. Just being able to see my friends, show them my hometown and bring them out to have dinner and show them my culture. There's one other update from China is I did a full body checkup in China. Canada has free healthcare, but it just takes forever to do anything. So when I went back to China, we just paid for a full body checkup. And I found out that I have scoliosis. And the doctor said probably ever since I was 12 or 13, my spine started growing not straight. And so I have 14.7 degree curvature in the lower lumbar and 9.7 on the top. Hearing that made me feel relieved and anxious at the same time. I felt relieved because I now know why my back was hurting at the same spot for 2.5 years. And I did acupuncture, physio, everything you can think of. But it just didn't really get any better for a longer period of time. So it kind of gave me an explanation, which made me feel relieved. Anxiety, because it's like, okay, now what? Now I'm going to live with this for the rest of my life. It's not bad enough to do surgery. And so now I need to figure out a long-term solution on how I'm going to strengthen my back and, try to stretch it out, I guess. But I've been traveling for the last 4 months, so I have not been able to get into that. But I have been trying to listen to my body more, and when I'm running or swimming or biking or going to the gym, doing yoga, really listening to what kind of exercises help my back and how I feel afterwards. Yeah, it made me realize there is more to life than working really hard. So health first, always, 100%. Then my mom was like, what is your plan for the rest of the few months? And I didn't really have any concrete plans. So she told me that they were doing a road trip to Japan and asked me if I wanted to go. And before that, they were stopping by Singapore and Malaysia. And I was like, you know what? I will come because I haven't seen my family in so long and I wanted to spend some time with them. So we spent the next few weeks traveling Singapore, Malaysia, Japan, eating our way through Asia, and I absolutely loved it. I then loved Japan so much that I extended my trip 4 times. I summited Mount Fuji. I went to Okinawa to go scuba diving. I explored the entire Okinawa island. I ate a lot of food. I think I gained like 3 to 5 pounds, even though I was doing cardio every other day. But I love the culture. I love the food. I will be back. And being on this trip also made me realize that I might want to move and not be in Vancouver. After I get back, I kind of want to change of pace. I feel like at this stage in my life, there are 2 groups of friends. One group of friends are my friends that are settling down in life. So either 95% of my friends are either pregnant, currently pregnant, just gave birth, just got engaged, just got married, or have a long-term boyfriend that they just bought a house with. And so I am not in any of that category, even though I really wanted it to. And I think that life said that is not the era you need to be in right now. So now I'm on this other side of the spectrum. So yeah, I'm out here exploring and I'm excited for what's to come. So there you have it. That's my life update. I am going through my eat, pray, love phase. Need to do more praying. That's for sure. Now that I'm back in Canada, I am ready to go from adventure to venture and be on this 4-week pop-up tour with the Vitae team and my closest friends. And I'm really excited because without them, I will not be doing this tour. The best memories are made with the people you love. And so stay tuned for our pop-up tour. We are documenting the whole thing, all the fun stuff, all the adventures, how we're going to set up the pop-up, the challenges that we're running through. If you're new here, I'm Celine and I'm the founder of Vitae, and I've been running it for 7 years, and I love to have fun, go on adventures, and running my business. So stay tuned on our next episode. See you then. Like and subscribe.